Hello everyone, this is Curtis from Black Heroes and I am joined by Miss Nickel herself. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. No, okay, oh, no, I'm sorry. Like her profile picture is her on a nickel.
It's true, it is.
Like I can't get past that. Like I feel like going forward we should put you on all nickels.
Yes, yes,
That
I
would actually
accept.
be pretty dope. Like could you imagine like going to the store and like you whipping out your money and then like you got the amount this you got change. You see yourself. Like here's
Man,
some
that
of
would be
me.
sick. That's like the biggest flex I could even think of.
Like I wish like America would do like a competition. Like if you win the competition, you're allowed to be on like a dollar bill for like a month.
That would be awesome.
Right? Oh man, but today we're going to be talking about some of our favorite villains in anime. Now, before we start this, I want to say not everyone's favorite is going to be on this list. So I'm sorry for all you Frieza fans from Dragon Ball out there. Like I he's not on my list. You know I love him so much. But okay, for you though, I have a question. What makes a good villain for you?
For me, oh my. Honestly, I've always liked someone that can either catch me off guard or someone who's just so unbelievably cruel and poses a threat to like the main protagonist group that it's actually like memorable. Oh, that's great. Good start to this.
I
Memorable.
wasn't gonna say anything.
But yeah, somebody that
Okay.
I'm gonna remember. Somebody that did something crazy or like acted in a way that's so undeniably villainesque that like I'm gonna remember them forever.
Okay, I have two criteria for a good villain. One is I like villains that even though I may not agree with their methods, that the mission statement makes sense.
It's fair.
Or villains who are just so hateable from the anime community. Like if they can like get to communicate, you know how toxic the community can be.
Oh my
So if we
god.
can like universally all come together to hate this one character, then I mean that character did his job.
That's fair. I like that.
And then
That's a good one to have on your little criteria
oh
there.
man. But I also do agree with you too. Like a good villain also should be able to like push the plot, push the protagonist, and push the protagonist group in ways they've never been pushed before. Because it kind of helps them grow a bit too. Nice little rivalry right there.
I agree.
And just for the record, everyone, like this is like the second time we tried to record this. We tried to record this yesterday, and it just didn't work.
No. First try. First try.
Oh man, but it's kind of a blessing in disguise though, because I got to give you some context, but behind one of my choices.
True.
I gave you a nice little encyclopedia of everything you need to know this character did. But before I get to that, I'm curious to know one of yours. I already know you're huge on Fairy Tail. I already know you have a Fairy Tail villain on your list, and you said that it's not who I'm thinking it is.
I don't think
So,
it is who you think it is.
so ladies first, I want to know who this Fairy Tail villain is and just why.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I told you yesterday, but I did go back and forth on this a lot on between the two who I was gonna pick. Um, it is Irene Belsarion. It
Really?
is. It is not Zareth.
Oh
And
my god.
I'm so sorry. I told you it wasn't gonna be who you thought, but I feel like Irene
What?
embodied the villain more than Zareth did. Zareth for me was more of I did something really bad, but honestly the thought process behind it was okay, and now I've been deemed evil, and now I'm just gonna wander, and you're gonna feel bad for me until the very end of the show. Like, that's his whole character. And not that that's a bad thing. I do like Zareth as a character because he is somebody that you want to root for, somebody that you want to see succeed to an extent. But for Irene, she to me encompasses what a villain is, which is just she had a terrible upbringing, had a terrible time with life, and lashed out and became evil because of it. So, like, that's why I like her. And she's cruel. Like, she's cruel.
All right, well, we're just gonna check that off the box of villains. You have to be cruel.
Yeah, you do. You have to, because if you're not cruel, then like I don't know, you're not even like a top tier villain to me. Like I can't even like. Zareth was never cruel to me, personally. Like I don't get. Maybe the ending of Fairy Tale I could see with the whole like curse coming both ways on both sides from him and Mavis, but even that. Don't even get me
Like,
started on that
I
actually. But
am
Irene was
so
good
like,
for a lot of reasons, and the main reason was, girl. Okay, let's just start with her past. Let's just get into it.
okay, let's start there. Let's start.
Okay, she got married off to a guy, right? Spent a
I mean,
long
it
time with
seemed nice
dragons in
enough.
her youth.
That's a nice start. She got married.
Yeah, we're just starting
Villain
off with
origins.
that. She was around dragons a lot. She got pregnant, and then she started doing the dragon slayer thing, you know, turning into a dragon essentially before all that crap with the dragon slayers' parents doing their thing. So then she gets placed into a cell because the king is, you know, disgusted and appalled that she even looks remotely like that, and it's just silliness. But anyway, gets thrown into a cell, good grief, for forever, and then decides, nah, I'm not gonna sit in the cell, turns into a dragon, and then she spends hundreds of years as dragon until she's met by Zareth, who is like supposed to be the main antagonist. Another reason I can't give it to him, because he literally sets her up to be such a good villain by turning her human. Otherwise, she was just gonna, you know, steal Urza's body when she gave birth to her.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then she tries to steal Wendy's body later on too. But anyway, yeah. So we get this woman who's been a giant lizard for way too long. Joins up with this dude who's got like a cause. And she's like, okay, fine, I'll do whatever you want. Like, I don't want this kid. Kid's gone. And then she becomes one of the most powerful people in the Spriggan 12. Debatably the strongest, but that's besides the point. And then when she goes against her daughter, you know, grown daughter, and Wendy, she again tries to steal a child's body to start over for some reason. I mean, ultimately she gets brutally killed, but that's besides the point.
Brutal is an understatement.
Yeah, that dude. Ugh.
But see, honestly, I'm still kind of like flabbergasted because like she wasn't even my second choice for you. Like this whole time, I legit just thought you was gonna choose Zareth this whole entire time. I'm like, okay, she's going to fangirl over Zareth for like 5 minutes.
Nah. I
And
almost
the
did Gajiel, but Gajiel turns good, so.
And then the second person is actually the person who killed her that I thought she was gonna
Nah,
pick.
he was such a disappointment in the anime. I mean, I don't know how he was in the manga, but yeah, in the anime, I was so disappointed.
I mean, yeah, it's such a good debut though. Yeah, you have to admit that. I mean, he like one shot like the strongest wizard. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, he demolished God Serena, and then, yeah, then went on his way, casually.
Oh, but thank you for like breaking it down for me because now I do understand why you chose her. I'm still shocked that you did choose her, but I mean I understand why you chose her.
Put some respect on her name.
I mean, okay, first of all, I will respect her. I mean, she gave birth to like the best girl in the show, so. Oh no! Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Let's not do it. I can't fight with you Urza fans again. I can't do it.
All right, fine. All right, just who is your best girl in Fairy Tale, and we'll talk about this another time. I'm not even gonna say
it because every time I say it, people are like, "Okay, well, then your opinion's just invalid because you're stupid."
I mean, Lucy?
No, I'm gonna tell you, it's not like a big character.
Lizana.
No. You like Lizana, don't you?
Yeah, she's like in my like. You know, I was disappointed with her comeback. She's like.
Yeah.
Picture in my top 10. Okay, fine. This side note. Just let me know, and I promise I won't freak out. I'll save that for another time.
It's Levy McGarden. She is the best girl.
Who?
Oh my god. I know you're kidding. Don't even.
Oh man, I'm sorry if
How dare you? First of all.
Oh man, I just had to. I'm sorry. Okay, you know what? I will save my response for another time. We will talk about Fairy Tail one day, and we can discuss why that is best girl to you.
Okay. That's fair.
All right, well, going to one of my first picks. You never watched One Piece. I laid it everything down for you why I think this is the best villain in One Piece, and he is Blackbeard. And the reason why is because, okay, picture this: start of One Piece, one of the most powerful pirate crews in the whole entire show is the Whitebeard pirates. And funny, like, little side note, Whitebeard himself actually doesn't have a beard. He has a white mustache, but I think he's so powerful that, like, no one's gonna tell him that, like, bro, you don't have a beard.
I would tell him.
I wouldn't. I'll let him keep thinking he has a beard, like, you know, that's clearly a mustache. But he is considered the strongest pirate in the world. Like, he actually, like, held his own against the king of the pirates before. And he actually knows, well, he could have known where the One Piece was and became king, but he didn't want it. So just imagine that, the most powerful person in the world, but he didn't want to become king.
See, you didn't tell me that yesterday. That's
well,
crazy.
I didn't want to tell you everything. At least some as a surprise. But Blackbeard joins up with his crew at a young age too, so he was there for years. But the only reason why he joined because he wanted the Pacific Devil Fruit, which is the powers of the show. And as soon as one of his crewmates found the fruit, kills him immediately, like literally immediately. Like, he's like, oh, I have the fruit. Like, later that day, just stabbed in the back. It's mine now. It's fine. And then he just leaves. And then my favorite character in the show, Ace, who's actually a commander. He's the commander of the 2nd division of the Whitebeard Pirates. So he's literally number 2. Well, no, he's number 3. He's number 3 out of the whole entire crew. And he's like, oh, no, I'm going to get revenge for you. Because everyone on the crew considered Whitebeard as like a father, so they call him Pops. So, like, he felt Blackbeard disrespected him and disrespected the crew. So, like, you know what? I'm going to go handle this. And he thought it was going to be light work. No, it wasn't. He did good, but he lost in the end. Because Blackbeard's devil fruit is the power of darkness, which means he actually can negate devil fruit powers. Because with Ace's fruit, he's a Logia type, and Logias, their fruit powers is of elements. They become that element. And Ace's fruit was the flame fruit. So he becomes fire. He's practically impervious to any actual pain.
Jesus.
Because any bullets or knives that like go towards him, they just pass right through him.
See, when you said darkness, I was thinking instantly Black Clover. Like, I can't remember what his name is. Oh my god.
But well, he can suck things up into a black hole, and he also can negate people's powers. So when he punched Ace, Ace was like, what the fuck? Because he probably hasn't felt pain in so long. He probably forgot what it was. So he beat Ace, captured him, turned him into the world government so he can become a warlord. And warlord are basically pirates with the backing of the government. He only did that just so he can have access to the prison, break everyone out, tell everyone to basically do a Hunger Games, and the winners can be a part of the crew. So just like that, he's already like changed the game already. So Whitebeard saw that Ace was getting ready to be executed, so he started a whole entire war just to save him. And during the aspects of the war, actually, like, he showed off his power like tenfold. He actually almost destroyed the battlefield in this one attack. But he's a lot older now. He's slower. He's sick. So he even though, and that's actually a huge testament to him that he was sick and he was still considered the most powerful person in the world.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, that still blows my mind. But during the course of the fight, he was just taking too much damage. I think at the end, not only was he getting hit by people's attacks, he was stabbed, I think, 300 times, shots 400 times, hit by like 30 cannons.
Good
still
grief.
Standing. But Blackbeard showed up at the end of the battle to deliver the final blow. Him and his crew, like, literally just unloaded on him for a good long time too. And they killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, they killed him, and Blackbeard took Whitebeard's devil fruit power. And the notion is that if you try to have more than one power, you're supposed to just die instantly. But he didn't die. So not only had the power of darkness, now he has the power of earthquakes, which is supposed to be the most powerful fruit in that category.
That's weird, because it doesn't
so now
sound
he's just
impressive.
No, like one of the commanders in the world government said, like, if Whitebeard was in his prime, he had the power to destroy the world.
Oh.
That's how powerful this man actually was.
Jesus.
So now Blackbeard has two powers that are kind of broken. Like, okay, picture this. Like, the power that he stole is so broken that when he, like, activates it, there actually is cracks in the world from it. Like, if you look it up, you'll see, like, there's actually cracks, and it causes a whole bunch of earthquakes.
Jesus.
So, and then in the end, both Whitebeard and Ace die. So Blackbeard directly is responsible for killing two very beloved characters. My favorite character. Like, part of me wanted to put Sakazuki on the list because he was the one who actually killed Ace. But no, Blackbeard was technically responsible because he caused all this to happen. Oh man, so the fact that he did all of these things, and all of it was his plan. It was a mixture of his plan and his damn luck. It really was kind of luck. He was able to do so much damage, and now he actually took over all of Whitebeard's territory. And then when Whitebeard's crew tried to take revenge, he just beat them and almost killed all of them.
Jesus.
So now he's one of the 4 superpowers in the world. And honestly, he probably will be the final antagonist of the show. Like, after the government is beaten, he's going to be the last person Luffy fights. I just know it.
What happens if
and it's
not?
Because I'll be like a tad bit disappointed, but like, you know what? If you at least make it to the last episode, like, I'll be cool. But the main reason why I had to put him on the list over above everyone else is because, to me, besides Luffy's crew, he was kind of like the first person outside of the crew to really believe in Luffy's dream, because everyone kept thinking, like, oh, Luffy, you're fucking crazy. There's no way you can become king. But he was the actual first person to acknowledge, like, dude, you have a dream. You should be able to chase that dream. Dreams never die. And to me, that's kind of poetic. Like, the person that, like, you're probably going to end up fighting in the very end was the person who actually believed in you. I don't know, it's kind of poetic, because I think him and Luffy are the same person. It's just one is a little more evil than the two. A little more fucked up.
Just a little decimated an entire crew of people.
But both of them, both Luffy and Blackbeard, desire freedom above all else, and that's why I can at least respect Blackbeard to a certain extent. Just the freedom to do whatever you want. But that's mine. So
Nice.
If you ever try One Piece, I mean, give it a shot. I know it's a lot of episodes, but you might can do it. I believe in you.
Hey, I like long anime. It's just I gotta buckle down and like actually try to watch it. I've seen the first episode at least twice, but like I gotta power through it.
You got this. One day you're gonna see the whole entire journey of this rubber boy. And you're gonna be like, oh my god, look what I've been missing. So honestly, I need to like get back into it. I mean, I stopped right at the beginning of like the current saga, so I need to get back to it.
How many episodes is that?
It's like 800 something. So I watched enough that even though like I need to get back to it, I watched enough to have an opinion on One Piece. Oh man, but who is next on your list?
Okay. I'm gonna go. Okay, so I'll just do the one that I told you yesterday, since you just did the one you told me. Aizen from Bleach.
I'm so shocked you picked Aizen,
I know,
honestly.
you couldn't even believe he was gonna be on my list, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Cause I didn't even think you watched Bleach.
So here's the thing. There's like this unspoken but also spoken rule of Bleach where after a certain point people will just tell you don't bother watching anymore. And so I got to that point, right? But like the fact that I could watch that much of an anime and this dude right here still like from everything from his introduction as just a character to his introduction as like a villain stuck with me that well. Like, dude started off as just like badass Soul Society dude. Like, okay, alright, whatever. He's cute with the glasses, whatever. And then dude just gets murdered. Like, just like stuck through on a wall for everyone to see. And you're like, wait, what? And then dude comes back and is like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm alive. And also, I'm not who you thought I was. And also, I want you all dead.
Bro, the thing that got me, I still remember this, even though I wasn't the biggest fan of Bleach, I will never forget this. It's like, okay, Ichigo was practically untouchable for a good chunk of time.
Oh yeah.
This man stopped him with a fucking finger.
Literally.
Like, oh my god, Ichigo, music was playing in the background. I was like, oh shit, he's about to whoop this guy's ass. No, music stops.
Done.
Everything stopped.
Yeah.
Ichigo's like, what the fuck?
So, like, I don't consider myself a Bleach fan by any means. And in fact, I can't remember, like, most of what I did watch of Bleach because it's been that long. But that stuck with me. Like, and I think for you to be that, like, well-remembered for a show that I don't consider myself a fan of, you're a great villain. Like, there's not even any denying that for me.
Oh, man. And what's his first name? Like, Sasuke? Like, the first Sasuke you actually, like? Like,
God, I cannot wait to have this Sasuke debate with you.
Bro, I can't let it go. Like, like, hating Sasuke is, to me, I put that in the same category as, like, season 8 of Game of Thrones. Like, I just can't forgive you for that, for that statement. Of what
Don't compare me to that. Oh, man.
I'm sorry. Maybe
damn.
that was too much.
You know what, though? I'm gonna make you even more mad. Why did you not like season 8?
You know, we're gonna say that for another video, because, like, I kid you not. Afterwards, and I vented to my friend for a straight hour. And, like, he knows what will piss me off. He was like,
yeah.
Hey, Curtis, remember Game of Thrones? I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. Like, even now, I have to hold in the urge to just every time I talk about it, I just get upset.
That's fair. I do too, but I guarantee you we are on opposite sides of this again. I guarantee you.
Okay, you know, right, after this, we're going to talk about it.
Alright.
Oh my god, okay, well, this, I'm up next. Okay, my next one, and wait a minute, you seen Attack on Titan, right? Ah, shit.
That was one I could not get into.
Oh, man, okay, because that was the one I was going to tell you, because I thought you either haven't watched it or was trying to watch it. I didn't want to spoil it because my villain is such a huge bombshell.
It is something I want to try again and give it like more of a. Like, I feel like I gave it a fair shot though. Like, I mean, it was only the first 2 episodes, but like also, I sat through 2 episodes and was not very impressed. So like, I feel for one, that's blasphemy to the entire Attack on Titan community. So sorry. Especially for, oh my god, she watches Fairy Tail and she can't even watch actual good anime. You know, that's fair. That's fair to an extent. But yeah, I will be trying to watch it again at some point, but I have not seen it.
Okay, first of all, if I can survive like 20 episodes of Fairy Tail before it got good, you can do the same for Attack on Titan.
Yeah, but see, everyone says that, but I liked Fairy Tail right off the get-go. Like, I mean, I didn't the first watch through by any means. Like, I stopped at Edalus. Like, I'm really surprised I even got that far. But, like, the second time watching the first episode, I was like, okay, this is kind of cute. Like, it was fine.
Oh my god. Well, okay, the reason why I chose Attack on Titan is because one of my favorite villains. And some people might not think he's a villain, but like, no, he's a villain at this point. Like, he's just a straight up villain. And it's the main protagonist, Eren Yeager.
I knew you were going to say that name. Everyone talks about that on Twitter.
Oh my god, like, what an absolute fucking Chad right now. Like, this man's a fucking beast. Like, he's the true definition of I don't give a fuck.
Oh my god.
Cause I like Eren because like this his character development from the first season being that like that hothead character, like, oh, I want to avenge my mom by killing all the Titans, to like now I just want to just kill everyone.
That seems like a leap.
Well, it makes sense because at first you're like, how do we get from point A to point B? But it's because of his power. Because remember, like, Eren has the power to turn into a Titan. Little did any of us know is like one of the like abilities his Titan has, that he can see the memories of both past and future users, meaning he can actually see his own future memories. And he also has another power that activates when he is in contact with someone from the royal family. So one of his friends actually is the queen now. So he did, like, during her coronation, like, he did the whole, like, bend the knee and, like, kissed her hand. When he did that, it just opened the floodgates of everything. Like, he just knew everything. Like, he knew the plot even before the artist, before the creator did.
Wait, what?
Exactly. He just knew everything. Oh, but so since he knew everything, he's like thought of like, okay, you remember like in Avengers Endgame where like Doctor Strange said like he saw like countless different scenarios and there was only one where they succeed. Mm-hmm. Eren saw that one and it was fucked up.
Oh god.
The only scenario that he saw that actually would have worked for his people to survive, because at this point the world, like, humanity isn't destroyed. They just think that because the person who has like the founding Titan, which is like the ultimate Titan, erased every single person's memories. Every single like person of that race, their memories were gone. So they don't remember what happened. But there is people on the outside world and all of them hate them. Like, it's like on some serious racist shit. Like, they all hate them so much. So Eren's like, okay, well, they're gonna come and kill us anyway, so I'm just gonna kill all of you before y'all kill us.
Okay, well, I mean,
so
fair.
he went from I want to kill all the Titans to genocidal maniac in 4 seasons.
Is that why people will debate if he's actually a villain?
Yes, because like the reason people are debating is because he's doing it, but because he has the founding Titan's power. So he could control his people to just not fight him, and he let him do his plan. But he valued freedom above all else. So he gave his people, okay, if you guys want to stop me, you are free to do that. So again, because his plan was either I'm going to do this, or you guys stop me, and if you stop me and kill me, you guys will be seen as the heroes, and maybe people will just leave us alone and we can live in peace. So it's like he's pretending and trying to be a villain, like the ultimate villain. It's kind of like what Sasuke wanted to do in Naruto. He wanted to be that darkness.
Ugh.
For everyone to rally behind. I'm sorry for another Sasuke reference.
Why couldn't you have just used Itachi for Sasuke at least? Like, you could have just said it's like, oh, Itachi wanted to be for Sasuke. It's like, come on. Perfect opportunity missed.
Well, that isn't... Well, that's also a good example, but I'm sorry. I'm trying to give my boy his props. But another reason why I think he's just a villain, because again, even though he's like trying to low-key just be stopped, he's still killing a lot of people. He basically is killing everyone.
So
like, I don't know if I can support genocide
if they try to stop him.
Well, he gave him the freedom to try.
Oh, damn.
Okay, it's kind of like if you and me were playing a fighting game and like I let you win, but like I'm still fighting you. Like, if you still lose, that's just your fault.
Oh my.
But what makes him such a Chad is just like his personality changes too. Like he's not as hot-headed anymore. Like, he actually is like cool, calm, and collected. He's actually thinking things through. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, you know, like in most anime, when like someone's powering up, the other person waits and finish powering up. Mm-hmm. Eren said, "Fuck that." So during mid power up, he just socks this Titan in the face before she had a chance to finish powering up, and just wails on her. I'm like, this man just broke anime rule 101.
Jesus.
Oh, and then another thing too. I know he didn't mean it, but bruh, he fucking hurt Mikasa and Armin's feelings so bad.
Is that the one that everyone shipped
Especially
him with?
Mikasa's. Yes, he hurt Mikasa so bad. Cause he sat down with them and was like, Mikasa, the only reason why you like chase after me so much is because your fucking DNA. Like when your DNA awakens, like you just want to protect the host at all costs. So really, you're just a fucking slave.
Wow.
And if there's one thing I hate in this world is people who have no like mind of their own. They're no better than cattle.
Well, that's rude.
So he was like, believe me when I say this, Mika. So ever since I was a kid, I've hated you.
Ever since he was a kid? No.
And then Armin, like, he's like, oh, fuck you, and tried to punch Aaron. Big mistake, because Aaron whooped that man's ass.
Like, at that point, you just gotta move. You gotta be an outside person now. Like, you're
Oh,
going.
man. Because he was like, Armin, you know why we never fought before? Because it wouldn't even be a fight. So there's all these things. And then another thing, too. Okay, so when he activates, this is called the rumbling. And what the rumbling is, on the walls are actually titans, if that makes sense. So all the walls are like, these are huge titans. So you remember the titan from episode 1?
Yeah.
Just imagine like hundreds or thousands of them.
Oh.
Just picture that.
Oh no.
And think of like one person controlling all of them. Oh man. So long story short, because if you do get back to it and make it season 4, I just want you to see that moment. It's fucking amazing. So when Aaron activates the power, because Aaron actually like died, but he activated the power before he actually like kicked the bucket completely.
Oh wow.
So just imagine thousands of like colossal titans just walking towards you, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Nah. You just lay down. You're done. Hopefully they step on you and don't put you in their mouths. Like just done.
Oh my god, but dude, that's why like I just love Aaron so much, is because like he's just so badass now. Like, do I agree with him killing the whole entire world? No. But at the end of the day, like in his mind, there was no other option. It was either that or the whole world was just going to come down on his people and just eradicate everyone.
Fair.
So, and some people are on his side, so like they actually like made a cult for him, the Jaegers.
Oh god.
And like, so it's like such a mixed bag. Like some people agree with him, some people don't agree with him. So it's kind of like almost like a civil war within the walls. Oh man,
Great.
this is the chaos, and I love it, and I love it. All right, I'm done gushing over Aaron now.
Okay.
This is next on your list.
Which one do I want? You know what? I will go Orochimaru from Naruto.
You know, I am so glad I didn't pick him.
I really thought
I was
after
going to.
yesterday you mentioned him, and I was like, shoot.
No, I was going to, but then there's a villain I just love so much more.
Oh no. Remember how I said there's two villains from one anime?
Wait, who was the second?
I can't tell you that yet.
Oh no.
But yeah, Orochimaru. I mean, everyone who good anime, just kidding. But if you've seen Naruto, you know who Orochimaru is. Dude's iconic. Like, yeah, like we were talking about yesterday, just his entrance during the Leaf Village exams, bro. Like, that alone.
No, like, I consider him like, I consider him like Lord Voldemort. Like he just doesn't die.
True. He's
always come back.
Still around somewhere.
Like I don't know how he keeps doing it. Oh man, but I still remember this one part where like he confronted Kakashi, and at this point Kakashi was like, you know, that badass, like, you know, that untouchable badass. He literally like bitched Kakashi. Like Kakashi saw his own death and froze.
Yeah.
Actually, same with Sasuke and Sakura. Like when they saw that, like Sasuke just. I know you enjoyed that probably too. Like him just tormenting Sasuke for like a few episodes.
No, there's so many good moments with Orochimaru. Like the freaking when the Sannin are all together again, and like it's freaking Tsunade and Jiraiya, and they've all got their summoned animals. And they're all on it. That's badass. And then I also love when he fights the third Hokage.
That's like a really good fight. That's one of those fights I actually go back to every now and then, just look at it again.
Yeah, I mean it's so solid. That's another thing we're gonna have to put that as a topic, is who is the strongest of the Hokage, because I have had this debate so many times. And I will
I
die on
mean, I
this
feel like you're
hill.
gonna hate my. I mean, I thought it was like an easy discussion.
No, it isn't.
Like, I mean, what do you mean? Like, it's such an easy.
No,
It's so easy.
I disagree.
All right, fine. Well, fine. We'll talk about this another time
Okay.
because, like, I know I already smell an argument. Oh man, but I do agree. Orochimaru is bad. I felt like he did kind of fell off a bit in Shippuden. That's a bit. To me,
Oh,
he was
for
still
sure.
great.
Yeah, like
But
in
this
Shippuden, he
his,
wasn't
like-
nearly as good as in the original, in my opinion, but he was still crazy. And
No,
again,
like he was
doesn't
always
die.
good. He was always good, but this thing there was a couple villains that kind of like
Oh,
overshadowed
100%.
him a bit.
100%.
But part one, he was a menace.
Yeah.
Like he killed. He killed Garo's dad. I just thought about that.
Yup.
Like no one talks about that. He killed Garo's dad. Oh man, and then like he was kind of like the catalyst of a lot of things because he gave Sasuke a taste of power.
Mm-hmm.
So he was really the cause of what went down between Naruto and Sasuke.
Yeah, somewhat. I will give him a lot of that credit for sure, but yeah.
Oh, okay. You know what? That was a great choice.
Thank you.
I respect it.
Thank you.
Glad I didn't choose it because I was so
I
close to
guarantee
choosing
you've
him.
got my other one though, and if you don't, you have my runner-up one.
I doubt it. I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because my next choice is Pain. Naruto Shippuden.
That is the one. He's number one on my list. He's number one.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, honestly, like he's actually number one on my list. I'm just saving the last one because the last villain I'm gonna choose, he's like that person is not on here because of what they didn't like, because how great their writing is. Then the last one is just because everyone hates them.
Fair.
But Pain is my number one villain
Yep.
of all time
Yep.
in Naruto because this is why. It's because he was actually the first villain to really make Naruto question everything.
Mm-hmm.
He actually beat Naruto. Like people forget, if Hinata did not intervene in that fight, Pain won.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, there would be no continuation.
Like it's over. But just from his backstory, and honestly, I'm one of those weird ones that kind of like separate Nagato and Pain, you know, they're the same person.
Okay. I mean, I can understand that.
But one reason why is his backstory. Two, sorry Madara, sorry Obito. Pain is one of the true villains that actually felt like a god. Like yes, Obito and Madara did some godly things, but they never came across as a god to me.
I think
But
everyone
just
also forgets the fact that he killed Jiraiya. Like, he didn't just beat the dude. Like, he killed him. Like, he's gone. And, like, even Itachi at one point was scared to go against Jiraiya. Like, people don't understand how strong
Exactly.
Jiraiya was. And for his own, like, I wouldn't call him a pupil necessarily. They didn't have, like, a...
No, he was. He was.
Yeah, okay, alright.
Like he was an actual student.
But,
But
like,
to be fair, I will give Jiraiya this much credit. Pain did say like if Jiraiya knew the secret of Pain, he could have won. But since he
Yeah.
didn't know the secret, it was just fair game for Pain.
true. Makes me sad every
That's
time.
It does. It's like I'm so mixed because like Pain is awesome, but like he killed Jiraiya.
Yeah, like Jiraiya is one of my favorite anime characters ever. Period. Like hands down. And
But, like-
Pain is one of my favorite anime villains, hands down. Like, yeah.
One of my favorite moments is when Jiraiya is like saying like Pain, what are you? And he just claps back like I am Pain. That is all. And then he says, I am God. I'm like, yes, you are.
You're like, shit, alright, yeah.
Oh, but going back to like when he made Naruto question everything, is like this is back when Naruto was pinned down, and he was like, "What if I tried to explain to you why I'm doing this? Like, what would happen then?" And Naruto was like, "Bro, fuck you! You killed my master. You killed my sensei. You destroyed my home. How dare you talk about peace?" But then Pain was like, "What about my friends? What about my family?
Yeah.
My village? All this happened to me from you hitting Leaf. So how is it fair for y'all to preach about peace and justice?" And Naruto was like, wait, what? And then when like Pain broke everything down, you can actually visibly see Naruto's like really thinking about what he's saying.
It's like how you
And then
said
after
that
he,
Blackbeard and how do you say his name? Is it Luffy?
yeah.
I always want to call him Luffy, but it's like how you said those
Oh my
two
god.
were similar, but they went different ways. That is exactly Pain and Naruto. They both had a shitty
Exactly.
run of luck, and like Naruto could easily went the other way. Like he was being pushed by the village to be a villain, essentially, but he didn't.
And then my favorite part of all that is after Pain explains everything, he was like, "So, Naruto, how would you combat this hatred in order to create peace?" And Naruto just straight up said, "I don't know."
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was Pain's plan? Like, I think he wanted to collect all the tail beasts and turn them into super weapons, give one of the weapons to a nation. That nation uses it, and that's supposed to create like momentary peace for a while. And then, like, when people start to get rowdy again, oh, just use the weapon again. So he just wanted to create nukes and just like give someone a nuke, and every time someone like I guess is being bad, like oh, bust up the nuke.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little extremist,
But
but
to,
I feel like most villains go the extremist route most times.
oh yeah, and to me like the Pain arc, to me it was actually like peak Naruto.
Oh,
Like no
what?
offense to the War arc, but like Naruto versus Pain was this peak for me. And Naruto in there right then and there. I think people would have been okay with it. Cause at the end of the day, like Naruto wanted to become a Hokage. He also wanted to be accepted by everyone, and him beating Pain made that a reality.
It's true.
So,
But can we talk
Pain.
about how freaking Hinata got backhanded into the sky?
Wait, what?
Hinata getting backhanded into the sky? Like, I don't understand
Oh
what the
my
point
god!
was. What was the point?
like, oh my god! At any point, did you really think that she had a shot?
Like, I don't understand what the thought process. Like, I get, like, maybe it's like the Midoriya effect, as I like to call it, where you just, like, act. But, dude. Oh my god.
Oh man, no! All the respect to Hinata, because what was Sakura doing?
That's fair. She was hiding. Watching up on the
Exactly.
hill.
At least Hinata went to protect her man.
Yeah, she got the damn ring,
She didn't do
too.
much. I mean, I would hope so. After all that, just imagine like Hinata did that, and Naruto still ended up with Sakura in the end.
Bro, could you imagine?
Oh man, that was so freaking salty. God, and also another thing too. Just like Overhaul and My Hero, Pain has like one of the best theme songs. Like they tried to give it to Obito one time and it just didn't work.
Dude, Obito. Oh my god.
And last thing I'm gonna say is that in the English dub, he is voiced by Troy Baker, and Troy Baker is like the god of voice acting.
I'm not very good with voice
So-
actor names. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
Oh, trust me, you probably have heard his voice many times
I'm sure.
and didn't even realize it. But god damn, man, that voice was like butter. Like I would want Pain to read me a book. Like
Oh my god.
can I just get an audiobook of his voice? Alright, but what is your next one though?
You only have one more,
Wait,
right?
I already said your next one. Yeah, but did I already say your next
You
one?
did.
Oh,
But
I'm
I do
sorry.
have a runner-up that actually somebody brought up to me yesterday.
Alright, who is it?
It's Greed from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh my god, I was so close to putting him on.
Oh my god. So okay,
Oh,
I
so
had King Bradley on the list, right? And then I was like, okay, wait, no, I should do Scar. And then we were talking about it yesterday, and my friend, hi Steven, I know you listen to this stuff, hi Steven, he was like, okay, but what about Greed though? And I was like, how did I forget about Greed? Yeah, easily.
Like he's just such a cool character.
Easily done. Like, he's amazing.
Oh man, like out of all the villains, like I definitely put him like in my top 3.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Close, he probably will be number 1. I don't know, like him and Bradley are really close.
I like King Bradley a lot, but I do love Scar too. Like those three, Greed, Scar, and Bradley, they're great.
Well, Well, I mean, I guess I like greed because, like, even though, like, in his namesake, being greedy, but he also was kind of like that villain that would kind of help you, but in a way, like, he would get something out of it in a way.
I mean,
kinda. I mean, I feel like he did kind of like, well, in a way. I mean, he is greedy.
That's true. He is. I mean, the first time we meet the dude, he kidnaps Al. So. Oh man.
God, what an entrance.
Freaking kidnaps a child and then it's like, oh, a soul's bound to this armor. You have eternal life. Give it.
Like, I want it. Like, he reminds me of like that. I forgot his name, but like, like Green Lantern.
Yeah.
He's like Orange Lantern. Like, I think orange is like the color of greed. He's like that. He's like, like, I just want it. Why? Just cause.
Oh my god.
Oh man, but I also liked it when he was bound to that. What was his name?
Starts Ling.
Ling. Yes, Ling. When he was bound to Ling. That was a nice little duo, honestly.
No, it was. I like how also, like, so there should have been some, like, give and take between his soul and that guy's, and the guy's like, nah, you can have it. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
body,
like,
bro.
Could be like, no 50-50. Like, kind of like a more non-toxic version of like Yuji and Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen, kind of.
Oh my god.
It could have been that. It could have been
Not wrong though.
Oh, but no, he's like, nah, like you can do what you want.
Yeah, just you whatever. Have fun.
And I'm sorry, this is gonna be my third Sasuke reference, but it's kind of like what Sasuke was fighting Naruto. Naruto was like, but Orochimaru just wants your body, and was like, so what? As long as I just get my revenge, I don't care.
For fuck's sake. I hate him so much. I just hate him.
Oh my god.
Little crybaby emo boy. I just want to punch him in the face.
What? First of all, he rarely cried. Thank you.
Okay.
Like, when he cried, it was a big deal. Like, when he cried, we all cried.
No, we did not all cry. And if we did, it was because Itachi was dying because of him.
No, Itachi wanted him to lose.
Wanted
him to win.
I know what he wanted. I know what he wanted.
Okay, before we
Itachi should have just
we're
did
gonna
shit
have this
itself.
conversation soon. Oh my god! On that note, I'm just going to my last one, and this one you might not know, but I'll give you some context behind it because I just chose her because the whole anime community just hates her.
Who?
Like, I've never seen a character that made the anime community just like all be on the same page. And my last one is Mime from Rising of the Shield Hero.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what that is.
Okay, the reason why I put her here is this is what she does. Okay, at the very beginning, this show starts off with his name is Naofumi. He's kind of like that, like otaku kind of guy, super nerdy, like goes to read like manga and light novels. He picks up one of them, and one of the novels transfers him to a whole nother world, along with 3 other people. They're the 4 cardinal heroes, so each one specializes in a certain weapon. One has a spear, one has a bow, one has a sword, and Naofumi has the shield.
Okay.
But like during it, like when they was doing the introductions, I kind of felt something was off. I was like, is people throwing shade at the shield hero? I'm like, what's going on? And then when they was like trying to get their parties together, it's kind of like a video game in a way. So they're trying to get their parties together, and nobody wanted to be on Naofumi's party. But then out of nowhere, Mine raises her hand like, oh, I'll join you. And she just seems so nice. This is the thing. She seems so nice and bubbly. I'm like, oh, she's actually really cool.
Oh my god.
And like, she's helping him level up, being there for him, getting his armor. And then they went to this inn, and this is when it starts to kind of turn a bit. I noticing like her trying to get him to drink. I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. And the next day, well, he's like, he doesn't drink, so he went to bed early. The next day, all their shit was stolen, apparently. The guards show up, and they start like, hey, come to the castle. The king wants to talk with you. So apparently, my falsely accused Naofumi of rape. Like, she basically said, like, oh, he sexually assaulted me
Oh, hell no.
that night. She basically said, like, oh, he got super drunk, came in the room and ripped my panties off. That's what she said.
What the fuck?
And so now everyone is vilifying him. Like, the whole kingdom knows about it. So now everyone thinks he's a piece of shit. It's turning against him. And no one saw it but him. He saw my make a face. Like, you know, like stick your tongue out type of face. But she only did that to him just cause. For no reason.
You sure her name wasn't
Like,
Amber Heard?
Oh my god. She was like, okay, Amber Heard saw this like, oh, bet. Let's take some notes. And I felt so betrayed because, like, there was no reason for it. It was so uncalled for.
Dude, that's nuts.
So even though, like, he now is bound to have to save the kingdom, the whole kingdom hates him. And he still has to save them.
Does he, though?
So now he's all...
Become a villain, bro.
He has to now. No, like, he is now bound to... He has to, like, in order to go back home, he has to defeat the enemies that are coming.
Or join them and never go home.
I mean, I don't know. At that point, I'm like, I would have been like, fuck you guys.
Dude, that would have been my villain origin story right there.
And then throughout the show, she is just constantly getting in this man's way again for no reason. Like, every time he tries to do something good, she just tries to come and mess it up. And everything. I was like, just why?
Maybe they'll kill her.
I don't understand.
In the show.
Oh, no, they did something even better than that. I have never been more satisfied in seeing the character get their comeuppance in my whole entire life. I've replayed that moment so many times. Because eventually, because in this kingdom, is actually the queen is actually the one in charge instead of the king. The roles are reversed. So because of the way she is, her little sister is actually going to be the next queen.
Oh.
And she noticed that her little sister also has been really nice to the shield hero. So she tries to take both of them out.
Oh, God.
To try and get the throne. And also stick it to Naofumi one more time. Stick the knife in a little deeper. So when the queen finally caught wind of what she was doing, there's a thing in the show called a slave crest. Meaning if you like go against like that person, you will basically get shocked until you tell the truth.
Oh.
Or until you do it. And this is how we show that she's a pathological liar. You know, she has a slave crest on. Even though she's getting shocked out of her ass, she's still lying. The queen was like, oh, did Naofumi sexually assault you? She said, yes. And she's getting shocked, and she's still trying to hold on to that story until she just can't take it anymore. And she's like, no.
Jesus.
It's like, oh, did you try to assassinate your sister? Oh, of course not. I love my sister. Shocked. So the queen's is asking her all these questions. She's lying every single time and getting shocked every single time.
Dude, that's
awesome. So now her and the king, that's getting ready to be executed for what they was doing to Naofumi. And Naofumi thought about it like, no, I don't want this to happen. So he did something way better. He was like, I want them both to live, but now their names have to be legally changed. Mine will now be known as Bitch.
Oh my god.
And she was like, and what about her adventure name? Or her adventure name, Whore.
Oh my god.
So, and now the whole kingdom, they have to address her as Bitch or Whore. When I tell you I replayed that so much.
That's pretty good.
Like, that is way better than just killing her. Like,
right?
God, and I think the king was that simple name. The king was gonna be known as Trash.
Fair.
But nothing beats calling her Bitch. That was the chef kiss. Because out of all that, my boy finally got a win.
Hell yeah.
So now that you know kind of the gist of it, like, do you agree with her being on
No,
my list?
I like that. Yeah, that's good.
Because honestly, like, it kind of like was a little too real for me. Because like that happens in
Oh
real
yeah,
life. Like people
100%.
get falsely accused all the time. So like, I was like, bro, this is kind of real. Oh man, but just fuck her. Like I still remember I saw a post is like, oh, true maturity happens when you finally forgive her. And I'm like, I'll be immature the rest of my life. No, fuck her. I put her in the same category as fucking Tucker from Full Metal.
Oh shit!
Like no forgiveness, no forgiveness.
Oh my god.
Oh man, so bad. Like, don't you think you're being a little irrational? Like, you saw what she did.
We know what she did. You saw
Like-
it. I saw it.
Like, and also it was crazy. Like, even my friend who doesn't watch anime got into that show because of what happened.
Oh my gosh.
Because he was like, yo, now for me, low key, your bro. And then when he saw that, he just yelled out like, yo, what the fuck? They just did my boy dirty. And like, but why? And then when she made the face, like, oh, the bitch did it for no reason. Oh, well, that's my list.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Oh, but wait, did you have another one, or you are done with yours?
Nope, I'm done. I will say one of my runner-ups was actually Rachel from Tower of God.
Is she really that bad?
Nah. Yeah, she's not great. But she's not as bad as what you just said.
I mean, because people put her apparently in the same category as mine and Tucker
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, yeah. I didn't finish what they got of Tower of God, but yeah, essentially it's kind of the same thing, but not as extreme.
Okay. Another runner-up, and actually, like, I didn't put her on this list because I actually don't think she's a villain anymore, and she actually is kind of cool. And you don't know this character, but it's Gabby from season 4 of Attack on Titan. The reason why people hate her so much is because she killed a beloved character. That's literally the only reason why that people hate her so much. Even though I hated her for a little while because
she proved that she was
I did
better
like the
than
person
the well-liked character. Crazy! Wow.
I just, no, when she first killed this character, I was so hurt. Oh my god, I was so hurt because she was like one of the comic relief characters that she was so endearing and you loved her so much. It just gets taken out like that. I low-key blame Aaron because Aaron put them in that situation.
Jesus.
This is why Aaron's a villain, because he just puts people in situations.
Full circle.
God dang, just I really hope you give Attack on Titan one more chance. Just to see the difference. Cause like to me, like each season of Attack on Titan is like a different like how can I put this? What's like something that you really like to eat or drink that has like different flavors?
Potato chips?
Okay, think of Attack on Titan as potato chips, and each season is like a different kind of potato chip that you like.
Delicious.
Like each one's a different flavor, because season 1 is different from season 2, which is extremely different from season 3, which is entirely different in season 4. Season 4 is just a whole nother show at this point. Like, it was to a point I'm like, am I watching the same shit?
Jeez.
I thought this was just about a boy who wanted to avenge his mother. Like, where all this other shit come from? Oh man, but Fives, thank you again for coming on with this and let me know some of your favorite villains. Some were a bit surprising, not gonna lie.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
Like the Aizen one was definitely surprising. The not Zeref one was extremely surprising.
Irene Belsarion. Put her name in your mouth. Do it. She's a good villain.
Oh man, but amazing choices. And again, everyone who's listening, I'm sorry if we didn't put your favorite ones in here. Again, if you like the Frieza or any other character, or the guy from Hunter x Hunter, someone's gonna say like, "Oh, what about the green dude from Hunter x Hunter?" Well, guess what? I didn't finish Hunter x Hunter.
From Hunter x Hunter. No.
That perfect is more perverted than Orochimaru. Like, I get his character. He just wanted to fight Gon because like, he wanted Gon to get stronger and fight him. But they really had like poke
Can I just
his
say how disappointing
dick
it is?
out,
I
like-
loved him when he was introduced, and I was like, "Oh, this dude's gonna be badass." And then he's like checking out children. I'm like, "Nah, done, done."
Well, like he's like he well in a I understand it to a certain degree. He does it because of their
Yes,
power
he's attracted to power.
instead of like
So I get that.
But-
But also,
But at the same time, why though? Why?
like, find someone, you know, of age, please.
Because when he like was getting ready to fight Gon, he was like, "Don't stare at me like
Dude,
that.
that's-
It's really turning me on." I was like,
Nah.
"Nah,
No.
nah, bro, nah, bro." Like I get it, man. You're attracted to power, but don't
Don't
not
do
like
that.
this. Not like this. Like the worst that Orochimaru did was like just do the whole tongue thing.
Fuck, the tongue thing with Orochimaru was creepy too, though.
I know, but at least he's not as
That's
bad. Oh man, but before we call it quits, is there any last thing you want to say?
Only that if we didn't bring up someone that you think should have been on our lists, put in the comments, because I'm actually genuinely curious, because I do read the comments of the videos, so I'm curious what people will say should have been on the list and who shouldn't have. I feel like there's definitely some One Piece villains that are going to be in the comments for people who watch One Piece, but...
Oh, exactly. Like, how dare you not put
Right.
Doflamingo on your list? Like,
That's
I'm
who I
sorry.
could have sworn you were going to say, only because I was looking at anime villain lists, but...
No, I love him. Like, he's One Piece's Joker. I love him. But
But yeah, so
He's not
if we
Blackbeard.
didn't bring them up, just let us know who they are, and I don't know, tell us why they're better than, I don't know, Blackbeard or Irene. I mean, it's not too hard to be better than Irene, in my opinion. That's why she's
Oh,
like
man.
the last on my list this time, but like, you know what I mean.
oh man. All right. Also, last thing I'm gonna say is Sasuke supremacy.
Okay.
Oh my god. But definitely like let me know like some of you guys' favorite villains too. And remember, everyone. I don't know what to say. 'Cause I won't say a villain thing.
You are a villain.
Hey, I'm a villain. I remember, everyone. If you're a villain, it's okay.
Oh my god.
Because like for every great hero, there's an even better villain. All right, you guys. Peace.
Bye.